using bottleneck. So, so I will present a simple example before we start so you can kind of get an idea what we are here to discuss. Take a bottle, for example. The part over here is where the bottleneck lies. So when there are a lot of tasks in the organization and they have to pass through this narrow area, that's where the bottleneck issue happens. So what I want us to learn here is how we can solve this issue so the flow flows again. Okay, so let's take an example to understand this and to visualize this more than just a actual bottle. So let's take an example. You are in customer support and you have 10 agents working in the front line and they can take up to 50 clients in 1 hour. But in the back end, there is one senior citizen who's working on processing the refunds and it is taking him 5 hours for the same 50 clients. So what is the bottleneck over here? That the senior citizen takes a lot more time, so the approval step becomes the bottleneck. Let's go to the next slide. So, what did you understand from this? The bottleneck is the slowest step that limits the whole system. So, what we want to do from this whole presentation is understand how we can spot such bottlenecks, how we can fix them, and how not just a project manager, any role can work on fixing the same. So, why is a bottleneck dangerous? Like, why do we have to spot it? Why is it necessary we find and fix it? Well, it can cause a lot of issues within the organization. It can cause loss of revenue because everything costs money. If, let's say, the agent is taking so much time and the client gets fed up and just leaves, so how many clients you would lose because of that? So that's why you could have loss of revenue. Potential clients leave, so that is a loss for your organization. Increasing waiting time. The more time it takes to process, the approval process takes long time, the more time it takes for the front end to give something actually worthwhile to the clients. Then loss of customers because well delays are happening, they will leave and they will give a very bad mouth of word to another person and which will cause bad reputation as well for the organization. Quality degradation. When you're rushing to complete things, when you're rushing in your hurry, you might end up making mistakes and you might have to rework as well. So you are doing double the work and you're taking more time, which is in total just waste of resources and time and money. So that's why it is important we understand and find such bottlenecks. Take an example over here. You have three machines. Realistically, it wouldn't be so easy, but we will consider this a simple example here instead. Let's imagine you have three machines, A, B, C. Here you can clearly see that B is a bottleneck because it is producing only 8 pieces per hour. So what would be our conclusion here? That we should get rid of B, or we should provide more time to B, or provide more good resources to B, or evaluate and measure and to fix B. So we have to pay extra attention to B. That is how we could fix a bottleneck. So let's look into the steps we are following when we say we are going to fix such bottlenecks. There are 5 steps. This is the method one we can use where we will name it, protect it, measure it, evaluate it, and tell someone. Name it. We name the bottleneck. Okay, this is the issue we have. This is how we are struggling. Then we protect it. You spoil it like a child. You spoil it and you be like, okay, whatever you want, we're going to provide it. You want time, you want resource, you want information, you provide it so that you can fix it. So you provide it. Now measure again your original data. Now you check it again, measure it, then you evaluate it. Did it make a change? Did it meet the target you're setting? Okay, we wanted the work that was taking 1 hour to complete in 20 minutes now. Did it happen? If it did, good. If it didn't, tell your supervisor. That's where you tell someone, you tell the person in management and get approval. Get this flagged, get it right. Another method is the 5 focusing steps. Here, it's similar to the one we followed before. Just here, we want to add the step of repeat because it is a continuous process of improvement. Okay, so you identify, you name it, you exploit, you protect it, you spoil it, you give it everything it needs. And even if then, if it doesn't fix, you subordinate it, you change it, you use something else for it. Then you evaluate, then you repeat. You repeat it again and again whenever an issue arises, because bottlenecks happen continuously. So improvement needs to happen continuously. Now let's take realistic examples so we can understand how this can work in any organizational position. So let's say you are in the operations and teams member. Okay, here let's take an example of manual regression. Okay, for anyone who is not part of this role, to understand what manual regression is, it's like take you have a electric car. Okay, you can move it with a controller. You have a remote controlled car. Instead of using the remote control, you're just manually playing with your hand. That's what manual regression is. So you're doing manual regression tests, and it is taking 2 tests per hour. That is your bottleneck. Okay, in this position, what you can do is you exploit it, you protect it. What we will do, okay, let's do only smoke tests for now and see if with that the time it's taking reduces. You are aiming that it does 10 tests per hour. You measure it, then you evaluate. Okay, I implemented this, now is it working out? You see, yes, it is completing 10, no, it's not completing. Based on that, you report it. That's how you can implement it practically. Okay, now let's take an example for customer support. If you're in customer support, let's say there is an issue, as we discussed before, the backend senior citizen agent is having a lot of time in processing the refund. So what do? You make small fixes. You are like, okay, I'll give you all the data you need. I will give you a template of the whole process, how you just have to fill it in and submit it for the refund. You are helping them out as much as you can. Then you measure, evaluate, and you decide if it's done good. If it's not, you report. Same steps. Another role you can look at is operational and logistical state. Here, in the logistical state, you can be like, okay, you need server access, but it is taking way too long. In server access, they are taking 5 requests per hour. So again, exploit, protect. What you can do, you can have pre-approved access templates. Such templates can be used, and then you again do the measurement. You check, okay, I was taking 1 hour for 5 requests. How much am I taking now? Is it 10 minutes? No. Yes. If yes, good. If no, then you have to report it to your supervisor. It's the same everywhere. Then we move on to sales and accounts manager. Over here, client is dealing, signing the final SOW, the scope of work. Okay, they're taking a lot of time signing and all because the legal work is a lot of back and forth. So you're having a lot of issue with that. So what can happen here? You name the issue. Okay, we are having so much issue with signing and all. Then you exploit it. You're like, okay, we'll give you all the documents, all the templates, make the work as easy flowing as possible for you. Just get the paperwork done in less time. You will set the target. Okay, we want this to be done in less than 4 hours. And for that, you track it, you measure it, and you evaluate it. Once you're done evaluating, if the result is good, good. If it's not good, you report to your supervisor. And I have not included it here, but even for developers, this works. If your lead developer is taking a lot of time, I'm going to use less technical language and let's say that you submitted 10 projects, 3 got approved, 7 are still being approved. What you can do here is when you're submitting the files, instead of submitting what you usually submit, get some work already checked through AI. Like you can use linters for the syntax, for the style. This kind of reduces a little bit of workload for them. So you're spoiling them, you're exploiting, you're protecting them, you're giving them everything, and then you measure again how much time it's taking for them to complete. And if it's still taking a lot of time, you tell your supervisor that, hey, we are waiting so long for just the approval process. Okay. And then, as the 2 methods we discussed earlier, this is also a simple path anyone can follow. Take one piece of work, physically, virtually walk through it, note every point where it stops and waits for more than a few minutes. Step where it waits the longest, take a photo, write it down, or capture it in a screenshot and fix that. Fix that with the 5 steps we have. Okay. With that, our final takes away are simple. We want to reduce the frustration and the overtime. We want to increase the output without adding headcounts. And we want to improve customer satisfaction through reliable delivery. And with that, we conclude the presentation, and I hope you had a wonderful time and you learned a lot. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you don't, I will go ahead and ask my questions.
Thank you very much.